That took an unexpected turn. Ellen's talking. Let's make it, just so you know, it's gonna be a clip. Your words will live on in the internet forever now. What's good, friends, and welcome back to another episode of Friends Like Mine. I'm Natalie.
I'm Helen.
And we're back with you another week, ready to kick it. Happy Easter. It is currently Easter Sunday. We had a really good day today. Yeah?
Yeah, it was nice.
It's nice. Shout out my sister-in-law and brother-in-law
for hosting.
Yeah, very nice get together for Easter. We really enjoyed ourselves. Lots of good food. So much good food. So it was a good time. We still wanted to bring y'all an episode this week. It's gonna be a little bit shorter than our typical episodes. We wanted to just keep it light, keep it fun, have some stuff to chat about this week. And, appreciate everybody supporting us. Please continue the love for those of you who are new. We have a good time out here. And for those of you who have continued watching week after week, we couldn't be doing it without y'all. We hear all the love. We hear all the cool shit y'all say, and we appreciate it. So keep up with us. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Make sure that you're listening and giving us a good rating over on Spotify and Apple Podcast. And just keep hanging out week to week. How's your week been, babe?
Busy.
Yeah?
Working. Yeah.
Work's been nuts, huh?
Yeah.
And also yesterday was our 11-year wedding anniversary.
Yep.
Shout out to us. We made it this long without killing each other, without wanting to get a divorce. I'm ready to do like another 100 years. We've had our moments.
Yes.
But I'm ready. I'm ready for another 100 years. At
100.
least. Yeah. Why not?
I agree.
It's been a good time.
Really has. Honestly, it hasn't even felt like 11 years.
And we've been together longer than that, but
It's felt like more.
Yeah, we've been married for 11 years. We've been together for almost 15. It'll be 15 in October.
You do the math and then no mathing. It doesn't matter.
We've talked about that before. By the way, y'all really love that story about the rice. That's been our most popular video to date. So that, and y'all appreciated my shout out to Costco last week, which I am glad there's fellow Costco fans out there hitting the club on the weekends. As one of our loyal listeners pointed out, we're not popping bottles anymore. We're buying bottles and doing so economically. Very good. In this economy, you got to hit Costco for your liquor.
You're going to say, you said it. You just have to hit the liquor.
I mean, that too. Shit. The news has been depressing. We're not talking about none of that crazy shit, though.
No.
So, yeah, it's been a chill week. Just really vibing. Work's been busy. Been a lot going on for work. And there's been a lot going on for work. And I am excited. Got some cool stuff on the horizon. And I'm also just ready to be on vacation. We are 2 weeks away from being in Puerto Rico. And I know people are sick of me. I'm sick of myself. But I'm so ready. I'm so ready to be in Guatemala. Look at me. Be in Puerto Rico. Be back to, the land where my family comes from, where I'm from, my heritage, and get to spend some time there. Finally let Helen and Connor see its beauty. And I get to experience it differently as an adult. I spent a lot of time there as a kid, but it's not the same. So
yeah. I mean, it reminds me a lot of my, so just even like watching videos, and
I know it will live up to the hype, because Puerto Rico is beautiful and it's its own experience. But I hope that like you will love it as much as I think you're gonna love it. But I just can't wait to be.
I can't even like imagine just be at the beach.
I can't wait
like,
to be in the beach.
If you know me, you know how much I love the water.
Yeah.
I should have been a mermaid.
Oh well, you might be.
I mean, I should have been some type of like fish animal. I mean, not fish animal.
You imagine, you imagine coming back and you're like, I want to be a sea creature, and they bring you back as a Atlantic salmon.
It's better than Shrimp.
You're in Atlantic, except neither is really that great because you just know you know what you're here for. You know what you're here for. Swim down the stream and get on a plate somewhere.
Some of them don't make it to the plate.
They're in a sushi roll. They're getting eaten on the side of the boat, fresh out the water. Like, I don't know. That's an interesting dilemma. Would you want to be a fish? Do you remember our first episode? I think we talked about like what kind of animal.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But yeah, no. So I love the beach.
Yeah.
The sun. I mean,
Ooh,
I just
can't wait.
thrive. Like I am just give me all the sun, give me all the beach.
Yes.
The sand. Like I just I love it.
I just want to be in the water.
Yeah.
I do not care anything beyond. Put me at somebody's beach and give me a couple good things to eat, and we gonna be all right. So
Come back crispy.
Crispy. Plus, I don't know, not to get sad or emo. I just don't think, given everything that's going on, hopefully you'll have a donor, and so I imagine that I won't be taking any more time off this year because hopefully the next time I take time off will be to help you recover from surgery. Again, y'all, Helen is looking for a kidney. I'm gonna bring it up at the top of the show. Helen is looking for a kidney. Doesn't matter what blood type you are. We get that question a lot. It does not matter what blood type you are. Here's why. Let's say that you're not necessarily a match for Helen, right? And Helen's situation's tough because, of course, her having to be so unique about everything. She's B positive blood, which many of you may or may not know is one of the rarest blood types. It's very hard. And so donors who are B positive can wait up to 8 years on the list. That's what we were told. Optimistically, it is an 8-year wait currently. But blood type does not matter because if you are not a match for Helen, but you are still willing to give, then what they do is basically, if you're a match for someone else who's on the list, you will give them your donate if you want to, right? As a donor, you would donate your kidney to them. And then Helen basically gets a voucher. It's called a paired exchange. So Helen gets like a voucher, and then the next kidney that comes up that she's compatible for, bing, bang, boom, you get that one. That she's compatible for. So we've got a lot of things waiting. As always, if you think you'd like to look into donating, if you think you could be a match for Helen or at least be a match for someone out there and help Helen out in that way, you can visit mghlivingdonors.org. That is mghlivingdonors.org. That's going to take you to Mass General's list or website rather. You're going to select living kidney donation, I believe it is, or kidney donation. You need Helen's name and date of birth. It's on my Instagram. It is on Helen's Instagram. I again don't necessarily, I give it out online all the time, but I don't want to put it out on the air like that. So I will just say, please visit my Instagram. I am at nguzzy. That is NGUZZY on Instagram. You can find the information there. Every other post is about that. So you will find what you're looking for if you're looking for it. You can also hit up Helen on Instagram. That is What the Helen, which is actually spelled WTHELEN. WTHELEN. The info is also on her page. And yeah, we'd appreciate you. It's completely anonymous. So even if you step forward, you get more information and you realize it's not for you, that's okay. But it's completely anonymous. If you have questions, we can direct you to the team. However, we cannot answer questions. And because of the way that they treat the information, I know we get this a lot too. Like, we can't really talk about it with people other than to say, please go see if you're a match, if you feel so inclined to do so. No pressure. And that it is anonymous. So we're still on the hunt. Did you know that it takes 10 potential donors, 10 potential people who sign up to find one actual match? So just keep that in mind when you see us asking and you're like, surely by now it could take multiple people, right? And we've already seen that happen. Things have come and gone. But I genuinely continue to have faith. I just spent a lot of time talking. I didn't let you say anything about that, but I wanted to get that out there. And use this platform for good. I envision a world in which if people wanted to send in their help, we might be able to take time out every episode and spotlight somebody who's looking for a kidney donor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open that up and put that out there. If you have a story looking for a donor, if you are looking for a living donor and need help, it's a great time to send us the information. Our links are in the show's bio for Instagram at Friends Like Mine Pod. If you click there, you could see an option to email us at friendslikemindpod@gmail.com. Ooh, sorry. Like I said, wanted to mention at the top of the episode because it is a thing that it is always at the top of my mind. Like y'all see me out here doing this, y'all see me out here doing that. I work full time. We are very busy at FLM Networks developing other shows. We have something coming up soon. We talked about it last episode. If you really paid attention, we are launching a new podcast very soon. And my goal is to find other like-minded individuals who want to talk about things and want to have their shows and be able to help them out. So like have a network. There's a lot of people in the industry that I truly admire who started and followed that. And we're working on it. We're working on it. We're going to be bringing you better content week to week to week. I can only say that going forward, my mission would be to help as many people as I can. It starts with my wife. Pardon me for being a little biased. I'd like her to stick around. She's also the CEO of the company, so I need her to like sign shit and make decisions. Right. And I love her. I love her. If you know Helen, you know like she's a very unique way of loving you, but if she loves you, boy, oh boy, it's nothing like it. So, please, if you're so inclined to do so, hit us up. If you know somebody else whose story you'd like to put out there, also hit us up because community gets it done. So again, shout out. We do a lot of things here. Oh, we went and saw the Mario movie.
Oh yeah, that was good.
So Friday we moseyed on down to the theaters in Warwick and we caught the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I love that. Super Mario Galaxy, to be fair, Super Mario Galaxy is my favorite Mario game. Mario Galaxy was a really fun game. Have you ever played it?
No. I'm still
So
trying to get through first one.
Odyssey or Wonder? I can't remember.
I had what
The one you're playing.
I'm playing Odyssey.
Okay, Odyssey is not before Galaxy. Galaxy is well predates Odyssey. Galaxy, which was originally released for the Wii. It was the first like 3D.
I mean, I hope someday to get past the desert. It's still stuck in the desert.
I think I'm gonna get you Galaxy 2 though, because I think you'd actually really enjoy Galaxy, and that might get you used to some of the mechanics of Odyssey because they function in a similar way.
Mm-hmm.
But what'd you think of the movie?
I thought it was nice.
Yeah,
That was cute.
did you like it better than the last one? Peaches, 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 peaches.
I don't know if I liked it more. I think they were different. They were definitely different.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think there's a little bit more
Keep talking. Sorry.
comedy, if you will.
We don't want to
in the
spoil
last
it.
one.
Yeah, you think the last one was funnier?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Maybe it's just because of the whole peaches thing. And then I don't know, without spoiling it, right?
Mm-hmm.
How is it? What's his name? The bad guy.
Bowser.
Like, how he just had a little bit of a change of heart, for just a tiny little bit. So that was cool, but at the same time, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. That's a great question. I don't want to spoil it, so I have to be mindful of what I'm saying. But I just think that, like, it had a good plot. One thing I will say is I feel like they were trying to rush through it because for as long as the movie was, I didn't really ever. I was confused from one moment to the next. Like I never really understood why we were going from one place to the other or what it actually meant. And then by the time that I caught up to like, oh, this is what's happening, I felt like it was really close to the end. But it was to me far more entertaining and they had some sequences in there without spoiling it that I liked a lot. I personally preferred it over the first one.
Mhm.
But again, I'm biased because Super Mario Galaxy is one of my favorite games.
I don't know. Personally, what I loved too was King Kong.
Donkey Kong?
Donkey. That was like one of my favorite games.
Yeah?
Yes.
What system did you play that on?
Nintendo.
Yeah. You had a Nintendo back in the day?
No, but I knew people that did.
You had connections?
I had connections.
That's crazy. Yeah. I think like I love everything Mario. I love the Wii. I'd buy a Wii today. I would buy a Wii today. And it's funny because like these things you can't even connect them the same way. Like I don't even know if the TV has the shit to connect a Wii to. So
I'm sure that they would probably make something.
Maybe an adapter. GameStop has like a whole vintage website. You can go to GameStop Vintage or GameStop Classic. I can't remember what it's called. And they sell all the old systems and shit. And they're not badly priced. And they'll ship them to your house. So I have to look into that because I was telling Connor the other day, I'm like, you don't even understand, man. The Wii was something.
It was
The Wii
fun.
was something
I
else.
remember we used to play tennis. Remember?
Yeah.
And
Bowling.
bowling.
My favorite was I had DJ Hero twice. I had DJ Hero 1 and 2. And it's funny
That was
because now I
fun.
DJ and I'm like,
Oh, wait. Isn't it? No, Rock Band. That was the one that I was thinking.
oh yeah.
Rock
Oh
Band
yeah.
was
But that was on the
so. Yeah,
PlayStation.
no. But I don't know
But
why.
we had many a night where we had a rock band concert happening in this house. Not this house, but in our household as a family.
Yeah.
Friday nights used to get lit. The whole gang would come over and it was rock band. I like to drum. That was my favorite. Helen
I would
Helen
sing.
would sing. Nobody was really playing the guitar. Danny played the guitar. Those were good times. I miss that. I'd have to buy that game again. The thing is, it takes up so much space. It's everywhere. You know, before you know it, you've got like the drum sets over there and the guitars over here. So another time. But it was a very fun game.
It was.
I love those days. We just finished watching the first episode. We're behind as hell, but we just finished watching the first episode of Real Housewives of Rhode Island.
Oh, yeah.
What'd you think of it?
I mean, I've never really liked any of those shows
Atlanta was lit.
But I don't know. They just seem a little bit like boring.
Really? You're not a fan, so I could see that.
Yeah.
I am not from Rhode Island, so please take all opinions that I'm about to give and feel free to throw them in the trash can if you'd like. You can come leave comments if you hate them. I'd welcome your observations. But in the cumulatively 8, almost 9 years I've lived in Rhode Island, I feel like it's a very accurate representation of a small collective of Rhode Island people. I will tell you that there's a lot of places that they film that I'm looking around and I'm like, where the hell is this? Because
yeah,
like they made Providence. Providence is a pretty city. Let me stop. I like Providence, but I just feel like the angles they shot it at. Sometimes I was looking around. I'm like, when they showed these houses in Cranston, I was like, what? Where is this? But I imagine that's got to be part of like the Pawtucket River type area.
Probably. Yeah.
These insane waterfront mansions that aren't in Newport. But I feel like it's funny because at the same time, Rhode Island is so insanely diverse, probably one of the most diverse places that I've ever lived in, that when I watch that, it's hard to say like, oh, that represents me or that's so Rhode Island. Like, oh, beyond just, oh, I know where that is. Like we saw Pizza Mama. We were driving yesterday. One of the cast members, her and her man owned Pizza Mama. We were driving in Cranston and I look over and I'm like, oh, there's Pizza Mama. Like it's in like a regular neighborhood in Cranston. Like
in front of a gas station.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, I know where that is. Cool, great. Or like they were, I saw the overhead shots of Providence. Like I said, we live, without giving too much away, we live in relative proximity to downtown Providence. I enjoy downtown Providence. I'm glad they filmed in the summer.
Yeah, because in the winter it'd run horrible.
I would love to see this show in the winter, but I also think like they're all such big personalities and they're all very over the top. They remind me a lot, and I haven't watched much, but they give me those like the Real Housewives of New Jersey vibes. It's very like mob wife. Like I feel like they all walk around in fur coats in the wintertime.
Probably.
I just picture all of them like they would just got to be walking around in like fur coats, and they probably don't leave their house. So they go to like Miami for the winter. Like,
no,
I know they're very Rhode Island because I have seen the type.
Yeah, the thing is, like for me, although I'm from Rhode Island, I don't feel like I really can say that I belong anywhere.
Well, I just don't think it's. I guess what I'm saying is I just don't think it's super duper representative of the everyday Rhode Island citizen. Like, you're not going to find any of these chicks at Cumbies, pumping gas in Pawtucket.
Getting there in Starbucks.
They're not even getting
Or
Starbucks.
Dunkin'.
Starbucks. How dare you? This is Rhode Island. We run on Dunkin'. Sponsor us. Please. I love Dunkin'. That would be a slam dunk for us. Slam dunk. So, Dunkin', if you hear this, Rhode Island runs on Dunkin'. The realest shit that I saw that whole episode was when Homegirl pulled up to the... Yeah, I haven't watched it. They do a picnic on a beach somewhere, but it's like...
her iced coffee?
She pulled up with a bucket of Munchkins. That was her gift.
Oh, yeah,
and it was 2 summers ago when they ran the promotion. That's the other thing. This shit looked like it filmed maybe this past summer, I guess.
Probably.
Before Matunic Oyster Bar burned down.
Oh, yeah. So
I gotta figure when that was. I want to say this was 2 summers ago, but maybe not. But she pulled up with the sand bucket that Duncan ran, and inside it was full of Munchkins. Like, that was the really shit, because everybody's like, oh yeah, you can't get your day started. You can't get your day started without Duncan. And that's the other funny thing is, like, the accents. I know they all grew up here. I understand that. Well, one of them's like a transplant, but I understand that they mostly... She is. I want to say Joellen is not... No. Her man's from here.
Yeah, she's from somewhere else.
Is it It's not Joellen. Oh, what is her name? Liz? It's not Liz.
It's not Rose?
It's not Kelsey. It's not Rosie. Maybe
Alicia?
One of them who was like a guest. Her man and her met on The Bachelor.
Oh, yeah, that girl.
She's friends with one of the girls. I don't know. She and her man met on The Bachelor in Paradise, and he's from here, and that's why they're here. They're the ones that own that coffee shop. He's always there. They've all got these New England accents, and we were talking about this today, how different an accent can sound even though you've grown up here. Like, in my opinion, I would say that if you have any type of accent, it's probably more a Spanish accent than it is a Rhode Island accent. People say I have an accent sometimes, but I'm from Florida. So pointed out that he also thinks that it matters if you speak 2 languages and how fluent you are in both languages, because that changes things. Which I thought was interesting, because I feel like every once in a while...
Go ahead, say something.
What?
Say something.
Every once in a while, Axel has an accent. Y'all have seen Jalen on the show. Jalen, I feel like, has a little bit of a New England accent to me.
Sometimes.
I feel like she'll jokingly exaggerate the car. She'll jokingly exaggerate the accent, but I feel like she has a subtle New England accent. Y'all have heard her on the show. Shout out Jalen. She'll be back next week. She's been on vacation, and then we just couldn't line up timing. So she does, but your family members or people I've encountered have varying degrees of New England accents, and I never really understood what is that about, right? What does that come from?
Yeah, because the people from Pawtucket have a very different accent.
I don't even think it's regional, because Rhode Island's not big enough to really be subdivided like that.
But I know it's not that big, but trust me, you can tell when someone is from Pawtucket.
You think so?
Oh my God, yes.
Can you tell then when somebody's from Central Falls?
When someone's from Central Falls, normally, depending.
Go ahead and say something. Girl. She was quick to talk about the bucket. But
I said depending.
I
can tell you somebody's from the Broad Street.
I think it's interesting because I have friends who have grown up here their whole lives who have accents. Like Christy, who was on last week, I feel like she has an accent, and she was born in Puerto Rico. I have other friends who are from here who I wouldn't characterize them as having a New England accent.
It's I think it's crazy because some of them are super heavy. Like
Angel. Shout out Angel, my brother-in-law. Today he was like, "Get in the car." And I'm like, and he's from...
How about when people say huge?
Huge. Yeah, but that's also a New York thing.
Really? I never heard it.
The president of the United States says huge a lot, and he is a native New Yorker, I think. So, yeah, I've heard that. I know people from New York who say huge. I think that's more of a northern accent, but there is a very big difference between a New England accent and a New York northern accent.
I used to know this girl,
even Massachusetts. Sorry.
So I used to know this girl from Pennsylvania, and it'd be funny because I had never heard how they speak.
Depends on where in Pennsylvania too, but yeah.
And she would say water.
Water. Oh, so she was from like Pittsburgh.
And we were like, "Do you want what?" She's like, "Give me some water." And we would be like,
you know what's funny?
"What is water?"
It's like a Delco. They call that a Delco accent.
Really?
And do you know that in acting, like movies and TV shows, it's one of the most difficult accents to nail?
Really? I mean, I can imagine.
Because, like, okay, so if you watch The Pit, that's where that accent is native to. So everybody always talks about the blonde lady Dana. She's like, "Baby Jane Doe." They got a baby this season that was just dropped off at the hospital.
Oh, Jane Doe.
Baby Jane Doe. I can't even do the accent right, but if you go on TikTok, everybody and their mother, "We just here to check on Baby Jane Doe." I love her because her accent's great, but that's like that Pittsburgh Delco accent. Just like if you ever watch Mayor of Easttown, get some hoagies. Some hoagies.
Hoagie?
Some hoagies. Shout out
Hoagies.
to Wawa. Ooh, I love Wawa. That's a very Pennsylvania thing.
Yeah?
Yes, that's where they originated. Hoagies. You get hoagies at Wawa. That's why you see them in like Jersey, Philly, all those spots. Because there are parts of Jersey that are only 10 minutes from Philly. Wait, there's no Wawa here. I don't understand how it hasn't made it this far north yet. Wawa and Buc-ee's.
I still remember those burritos from Buc-ee's. That thing was so good.
And their system of doing everything is so efficient. Can we just stop for 2 seconds and talk about Buc-ee's? Because we hit Buc-ee's on the way up from Florida. We were moving here from Florida, and we, crazy as we are, drove all our stuff up. That was an adventure. And one of the things we stopped and kind of treated ourselves to was a little break at Buc-ee's. So we got gas. They had so much food. It was like brisket burritos.
Mine was like a chicken, rice, like cilantro, lime, crema, something or other. It was just so good. And it was like a grilled chicken.
Remember when we went to the bathroom? The system at Buc-ee's is so dope because they've got a person who is basically literally just there to like and I don't know if it's like this at all Buc-ee's, but the one we went to, literally just there to like steward you into the bathroom. Walk in, and then there's somebody else who cleans every single stall after you get out. So we use it, they go in, they wipe it down, sanitize the whole nine. Cleanest bathrooms you'll ever go to, safe bathrooms, and they're efficient. You're in and out when you need to be, which is wild, but it's a great system.
I mean, the amount of people that go through that place, it's crazy.
And they sell everything. They sell pajama pants, bathrobes, t-shirts, sweaters, hoodies, Buc-ee's Snuggies. You get cups, chairs, camping equipment. Name it. They're huge. But I love that because it genuinely was a nice place to stay. Especially when we were so wrecked from that trip killed us. That trip was intense.
Yeah, it was.
Speaking of intense, you did something interesting yesterday morning. You got up early, and what did you go do?
Needle hunting?
Yeah.
Needle hunting? Yeah, that was crazy. So I don't know if y'all know, but my niece, she has a YouTube channel. She also is on TikTok, and she started kind of collecting all these squishies and these Neatos and dumplings.
Viral as shit right now.
Those things are crazy. So we went with two of my other nieces because now they kind of got into it also. And so the little one kept asking for us to go with her needle hunting. It was sad that we didn't get any with her, but nonetheless, we woke up, I think it was like maybe 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then we got ready, we went, and we were standing in line waiting for maybe like 45 minutes.
Yeah, I was at Panera waiting for breakfast most of that time.
And then once they were ready to open, I mean, it was crazy the amount of people that just showed up out of nowhere.
What's wild to me... Sorry, go ahead.
No. They didn't have like any of the dumplings or any of the Neatos. They had these little, it's almost like a little stuffy, and it has, they're called baby bubbles or something like that. And then you squeeze them, and it like blows up a bubble from.
It's like a balloon.
Yeah, it's cute.
Those are cute. It's crazy. So these Neatos, they're like almost like stress balls, but they come in all sorts of crazy ass colors. And because they've blown up, Neato keeps releasing like other cool shit. Like they'll do the something drops, teardrops. They weren't called that.
So funny enough, because remember the guy that I was talking to on the in the line.
Yeah, Helen got intel.
He was telling me, supposedly, I don't know, his cousin works at the factory where they make them in somewhere in Anchor. I don't know.
Anchor?
Anchor.
You mean Anchorage?
I don't know, something around those lines. I don't know. Anyway, I really wasn't paying full attention, you know. But he was saying that he has been buying those for like 2 years, for the past 2 years. And then out of nowhere, it started, I think, in December, around there. He said they went viral, and he was selling them for $50 a pop.
Wow.
Mind you, 2 things. One, you're getting them for $5.
Yep.
$6. Maybe the most expensive one right now might be like $8. Right? Now on top of this, so he was selling them for 50, but he was saying that that was like cheaper than eBay, and then they had them at other places. Some people were selling them for $100, or some people are still selling them for $100. Now, I think to myself, like, how desperate do you have to be, or how much, or how bad do you want a piece of plastic for that much? Like, I would not pay $100.
Yeah, we got up and we went. And you were disappointed. And I'm not criticizing you because, like, our sister-in-law, for instance, and our niece, like, she makes a lot of content around that. And people are eating it up. It's absolutely feral on the internet right now. If you're a teen tween, needle hunting is it. And they make these giant like dumplings too, and they come in little plastic steamer boxes. Like, they're cute. It's a cute trend. I am kind of glad that Connor's not like super duper into that, because I can't imagine how frustrating it would be to constantly be running around searching for these things. It's almost like when Tamagotchis came out or Beanie Babies came out. That was the shit.
Yeah.
That was the shit. You had a Tamagotchi, you were it. If you had a Beanie Baby, you was it. And then look, how many years later, you can't beg people to buy them. I know a big thing for me, and this is reaching way back into the way backs. Do you remember, did you ever play Pogs?
Yeah. I used to love
Bro, Pogs was the stupidest game. You're literally just stacking a bunch of cardboard tabs that got all fucked up, and then throwing a metal coin on them to see how many you can knock down. When I was little, I went to the mall one Saturday, and my mom was like, look, there's all these kids here. The whole time, they're having a Pogs tournament. My mom just dropped me off and was like, sign up for the tournament. I'll see you in a bit. Bye. Like, and I was out here really thinking that I was going to be like the Pogs champion of Melbourne, Florida. I don't even think I got like 10th place, but I sucked. Pogs. And now, like, when was the last time you saw a Pog?
No, but let me tell you something. I feel like, because you said Beanie Babies, and that
Beanie Babies.
Beanie Babies. That not long ago, they had came back. Not as
You know what's
much.
creepy as hell? The Furbies.
Oh, them things are ugly.
These needles and these squishies are crazy.
Watch. Trolls is going to come back too. So.
Trolls never really went away, but they had a resurgence with the movie. Like, people love the Trolls movies a ton.
Yeah.
Kids, like, we don't necessarily follow that trend because Connor's a little older and he's not into any of that stuff. Thankfully. I don't want to say thankfully. Like, I'm not necessarily like putting other parents who do this down. I just like, it's so time consuming. And I remember, and now I think back, like, is this what it was like for moms back then in the 90s? Like, every time something goes viral, you're running around trying to get it. Like, it's stressful. It's stressful. You gotta be like checking mom groups or checking Facebook or the internet. Where is this restocking? And like, it can take up time. So shout out to all the parents who do this on a regular basis. Like, I can appreciate y'all. I just like
can't do it.
I cannot.
I can't commit.
Shout out to y'all.
My hat's off to you.
What do you think comes next after squishies are done?
Mm.
It's almost like fashion. Like, I'm looking at all the clothes that are popular right now.
Oh, yeah. Like Ed Hardy.
Not even that. Like, I saw flared jeans the other day. Like, but not like a little flare, like a little, like, 90s flare. Low-rise jeans are back. We're going to be seeing everybody's ass cracks for the next 6 months with the whale tail thongs hanging out. Helen's like, I will be low-rising. But like those, I saw a peplum top the other day at the store, and I was like, those you had a peplum top used to hate to see you come out. Those are the ones that like they're fitted at the waist and then they bell out la campanita top.
Because I gave you that nice little
girl, a peplum top and a poof on a Friday night, and Hella was in her element. Don't let it be electric blue, because we was who a little poof, baby Snooky.
Wow.
We had a good time. Those were the days. So you could go to the club and act stupid and it wasn't all over the internet the next day. We had a peplum top and a platform stiletto. Are you kidding me?
What? You was killing them.
A little peep toe.
It was that sexy professional.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. You was doing business casual at the club.
Like the whole like you go to the office, get bent over, and then go over to
that took an unexpected turn. Ellen's talking. Let's make it, just so you know, it's gonna be a clip. Your words will live on in the internet forever now. See, I tell Helen whenever she does episodes, like she's always so quiet because I feel like she gets in her head. But this one right here, if you know her in real life, the most outrageous shit comes out of her mouth. She says some wild shit. I love it. I feel like we finally got you out of your shell a little bit. I'm over here her time. I'm talking about business attire at the club. She's talking about go to the office, get bent over, and then head to happy hour. We've landed in all new territory, ladies and gentlemen. This is an 18 and over podcast today. But yeah, it was a different time, and these trends come and go. So while it is not, I haven't seen the Beanie Babies pop up. We don't know, that might happen. Same thing. We're going back to the era of dressing business professional. The difference is I feel like clubs don't exist in the same way that they used to. I'm also almost 40 years old, so maybe I'm just not hip to that shit, because we talked about it last week. I got maybe 3 good nights in me a year. Beyond that,
I think I don't miss like the whole like partying, getting drunk, not remembering the next day phase. But I gotta say, like, I do miss going out dancing.
Yeah.
I think like we had such a great time dancing.
That's why I like my 3 or 4 little nights a year, and I've been itching to do a kickback. It's gonna just have to happen. Yeah. I feel like maybe next weekend. And it's gonna be a cool kickback because like you could bring your kids in their pajamas. They can go upstairs and fall asleep watching a movie or whatever. And then down here in the basement, we'll be having a very fun but safe party. Everybody's gonna be having a good time, but just play music and like vibe. I feel like I miss that, but I don't necessarily want to go out either, because going out just causes a lot of anxiety. Beyond the I'm too old for this factor, it's so many shitty things happen, and every time I leave the house to go to a function, I'm like,
yeah,
that's good. Not with family. I love that we have a network of family we can do shit with, but I even just mean like going out to like the club or whatever, like you just don't know anymore. And it's unfortunate, but we lived in an era where we've had some good nights.
Oh my God, yeah.
We were talking about, if you're from Florida, specifically Orlando, this is going to ring a bell. I'm looking at you, Rosalind. The days of pay at the door and pay no more. And I brought that concept up to a couple people recently. They're like, what are you talking about? If you lived in Florida for a specific era of time, on Sunday nights, you could go shake your ass to some reggaeton at Firestone. Don't ask me what it was called after. When we went, it was Firestone.
No, that's not Southern Nights.
You're labeling Firestone a completely different place than what you're thinking. I guarantee you're not thinking of the right place.
Wasn't it Beecham?
Yes. Okay, so they changed the name to Beecham, but it was Firestone. Okay. And I would guarantee that anybody from that time, if my cousin Cindy's listening, Cindy could probably It was Firestone. You would pay $20 or $30 on a Sunday night, and I think it was 10 before. It was maybe like that before 11 or the whole night. And the advertised thing was pay at the door and pay no more. It was all you can drink and reggaeton music, and everybody was in that hoe. Like, you can't do that anymore. You crazy in this economy?
Hell no.
In this economy, pay at the door, pay no more is like $100 a person right now.
No, not even more.
Crazy, but it was a good old time. Let me tell you,
it really was.
I miss those days sometimes. And then like my sciatica starts to twitch, and I'm like, no, I'm actually all set. I'm fine right where I'm at. I gotta stretch before I get out of bed these days. I gotta stretch before I get up out of bed, and like really like, if I don't hit a good stretch, like I got up this morning like raw dogging life, and I like walking to the bathroom, I was like, did I throw my back out? Well, age
I know
catches
I
up
woke
to
up
you.
with a cramp in my leg.
That was like 2 nights ago.
Really?
Yeah.
It felt like yesterday.
I feel like your days went together.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like 2 nights ago, but you freaked the fuck out. Yeah!
It hurt.
Yeah, I bet. I'm sure I did. But yeah, that was an experience. So I'm not gonna do a ton of needle content. I took a clip of the line outside of 5 and Below. I'm gonna throw it in the carousel when I announce this week's episode. But that was one thing. Yesterday we did some driving around, some fun stuff besides that. And the other thing was we were at the Emerald Square Mall in Attleboro.
Yeah, man, that's so sad.
Mall
That used
culture,
to be the mall.
and it's crazy because mall culture is dying a slow death.
Yeah.
Although the distinction between Emerald Square and Providence Place even is crazy, because we went to both malls in the span of the same day, and the difference.
Oh yeah, no,
The difference was crazy.
Attleboro was definitely dead.
Emerald was dead. Like, the amount of closed stores, that mall is empty, and it was wild because they had the Easter Bunny there. Like,
I think that was the only reason
people were lining up to take pictures. Auntie Anne's is still open, but like, there's not any restaurants. Like, the food court's not popping like it used to be. They have the main flagship stores, so they have like Macy's, and that's it, I think, or they have JCPenney.
They have JCPenney, Macy's,
and that's really it. They have like 2 or 3 other random stores. We were there. We were there before it opened. They did, but all the stores open at 11 on a Saturday, which is
Sunday.
Today is Sunday.
Oh crap!
On a Saturday, and it was not till 11 o'clock that anything was gonna open. Like, almost everything was closed.
Damn.
That mall was dead, and that scares me. I used to work in a mall. When I was, 17, 18, I worked at the mall. The mall used to be popping, and if you had a job at the mall, you were popping.
I used to work at JCPenney's.
Right? You was fire because you was at the mall. That was the spot to be. You could see your friends. You could do whatever.
I used to hate it, though.
I feel like
people would come and know that I worked there, and I'd be like, oh, God, like, I get so mad.
No autographs, please.
Yeah.
But you start to think of these places, and you're just like, the difference is so crazy. Like, I just can't even imagine that I ever walked through a mall. Even when you and I met, we went to one of the first places you took me to when I came to visit you here in Rhode Island was Emerald Square, and it was popping.
I remember it was nice. Wasn't it around like Christmas almost?
I came after Christmas. The first time I came to Rhode Island was in like January of 2013.
But was there still Christmas stuff out?
No. And Lincoln Mall was also a little bit more popular back there. That's another one that's like really.
So for us growing up, Lincoln Mall was kind of like Warwick Mall.
I mean, they're about the same. They were about the same because Warwick Mall is popping now too.
Then it would be like, obviously the big mall that everybody would want to be at was Emerald, because there was Filene's was there. They used to have Sears, they used to have Rave, like just a bunch of different stores.
Wet Seal, all those stores.
Wet Seal.
Y'all know nothing about Rave or Wet Seal. Guarantee. Unless you're our age.
Yeah.
If you have to stretch to get out of bed in the morning, you probably know what Wet Seal and Rave are. What was the other one?
Rainbow used to be there.
Rainbow had a time, but
Yeah.
Rainbow's still around now.
Yeah.
We went into a Rainbow recently, but you were looking for a very specific thing, and it just so happened that we knew they'd have that there. I think you were looking for bicycle shorts, whatever they call
I
them,
think bike shorts.
in like wild ass colors.
I think so. I don't know.
Or the tops were, but we were just like, that's if they're gonna be somewhere, it would be there. Like if we don't want to have to order them online.
Yeah.
Online shopping has killed them all.
Yeah.
It has. And sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's a bad thing because like I actually enjoyed the mall on a weekend. Like it was nice to go. It was almost just to pass time.
Yeah. I think for me that was like the hardest thing was doing the shopping like online because I'm more like a tactile person. So it was really hard at first to even order things from like, Amazon and then now TikTok and Shein and all of those places. But I love going to the mall,
I
trying
recently,
stuff on.
yes. Well, just walking around,
Yeah.
you'd find such cool shit. We recently ordered some stuff from Fashion Nova, and I will say the quality has improved drastically because we
Tremendously.
ordered in like the early days of Fashion Nova to now, and I was very pleased with everything I got. Was fire.
Yeah.
I had these denim shorts. Oh, they fit so nice. Y'all will see those when we do some vlogs for the Puerto Rico trip. We'll do those.
What did I get from Fashion Nova?
So much. You got 900 bathing suits for Puerto Rico. Feel like if
Can't wait.
you got so many, you're not gonna be able to finish them, use them all in the trip. But that's cool because we have a pool.
Yeah. No, I mean, even if I don't.
I think you can never have enough bathing suits,
Yeah.
especially when you have a pool at your crib. Like, I don't want to have to go, damn, is my bathing suit dry from yesterday or not? Or like throw shit in the laundry. Like, we usually do throw them in the laundry right away.
Yeah.
Throw them to wash right away, just so that they're clean and dry. But I probably won't wear the same one. If I go to the pool like 3 days in a row, I'm wearing a different bathing suit every day, and that's perfectly fine.
Oh yeah. No. I can't wait to I need to tan, so.
Well, I'm also glad like we have a pool because I think that we're gonna probably we're gonna have more time to use it.
Yeah.
In the spirit of keeping this show short, I want to do a couple rapid fire things. So I'm going to ask you about a topic or mention a particular thing. And I just want you to give me a yes or no, good or bad.
Okay.
Okay. Karol G headlining Coachella. Karol G is the headliner for Coachella this year.
I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I think so.
Absolutely. I'd give that a good thumbs up.
Yes.
Okay. Becky G's Call Her Daddy interview where she kind of talks about her whole cheating scandal and then, come to find out her and Sebastian are back together.
I haven't watched that.
You have not? Yeah.
I mean, I remember you telling me, but I didn't know she put something on
It might be on Netflix. 'Cause Netflix has recently signed like a lot of podcasts so you can watch them on Netflix. But she's on a very popular podcast called Call Her Daddy. I think that's what it's called.
Okay.
And she talks about the situation on the podcast.
Oh, I have to go back and listen.
It was really interesting. She spends like 25 minutes talking about it. So,
wow.
Okay, Becky G being back together with him, good or bad?
I think that everybody deserves a second chance,
Fair.
right? And I think also that it's kind of hard for anyone to say it's a good or bad thing because you are not the one in that relationship. So, I mean, just from, just looking at it from the outside, was it maybe a dumb thing to do? Probably. But at the same time, I think that as long as he has learned, people do make mistakes.
Okay.
If you learn from it, now, if he was to go back and do something stupid and she could, continues to forgive him, then that's different. But
Well, and she
I'm
says it's
happy for
taken
them.
years because this happened a couple years ago now.
Yeah, and I don't think that's the difference is that I don't think that she moved on so quickly.
Well, she didn't move on.
Yeah.
She's with him.
I mean, even with him, like she didn't
She
just
did
forgive
end the
him, like, over.
relationship. The way I understood it was she ended the relationship and then, he, I guess, somewhere along the way they decided to get back together, but they started from zero.
Mm.
And sometimes, like, So it's interesting because I think that there is a valid argument when you have something that is materially good or that is almost entirely good, and there is something major that might happen that is a bad thing, but you can unequivocally prove that it was a one-time mistake. I think there is room for forgiveness if you're the type of person that can forgive. What I wonder, and I don't know Becky G from the girl next door, so like please don't get it twisted. I'm not the expert in this, but my own personal opinion is that watching her documentary, she talked a lot about forgiveness and about having to forgive people in her life, like specifically her father because he cheated,
Yeah.
right? So it sometimes makes me wonder, like, is this the little girl looking to forgive another man in her life who's let her down? Like, is this her inner child reliving the same things again and forgiving things because she doesn't want to lose that connection? Like, is it fear? And obviously, again, I'm not there, right? He might have done the work, she might have done the work. Jay-Z and Beyonce managed to survive a cheating scandal, and people love them, their goals. And I love, don't get me wrong, I love Jay-Z and Beyonce as the artist, but first of all, I don't know how you cheat on Beyonce. Like, I don't know. So I just look at all those situations and I'm
She's a
like,
Virgo, guys.
but you know what's crazy is in music, they will say, because Becky G has a lot of songs where she says this shit too, like I'm putting my foot down, I'm doing all this and all that, and then they turn around and they go back to the men that betray them. Are they sending a message that's contradictory to what they're actually doing in their real lives? Or do y'all feel like art and life and art often do not imitate each other like we think they do? Like the person they are on record is not the same person they are day to day.
So I think it's interesting that you say that because if you hear a lot of these like artists, they'll tell you like they'll have their like Sasha, for example.
Tasha Fierce. Okay,
Yeah.
so Beyonce has her alter ego.
Alter egos. So I feel like, as an alter ego, they are just like, very like, I won't let that happen to me.
Becky G makes a song like Mommy with Carol G where she's basically like, you're a rat ass bastard piece of trash. I can't stand you. I hope you catch all the hell that you think you're gonna catch. And then
But I mean, again, that's
do you feel
her.
like do you feel like it's hypocritical? And again, who
I
are we to
don't I
judge?
don't feel
But
like it's hypocritical because I feel like there's that artist and then there's that human element. And although for us, Becky G is Becky G, right? There's Rebecca and then there's Becky G.
fair.
So I think that as a human, that's her human side. She
She
was
also said she's
betrayed.
been with him since she's 19.
Yeah, she was betrayed. She went to therapy. She healed. She's healing. Rebecca is
Shout
healing,
out
right?
therapy.
Yes. So Rebecca's healing. I mean, and probably Becky G, as the artist, never got affected, was not affected because if she was affected, her career would have probably just died.
Hmm. Interesting. I think that like as a human being, as Natalie, I say that cheating is a deal breaker and I genuinely believe that it is a deal breaker. I wonder if it matters at that level. And I don't mean that it's excusable or that you should forgive your partner at a certain level for whatever reasons. But then I also think like how hard is it to get to know somebody and create and establish a genuine connection, the kind of connection that takes years to build in that industry. Does that make sense? Did Beyonce in part for and there's like I read something this week. I don't know how much truth there is to it, so by all means do your research or debate me in the comments, but I read something along the lines of Beyonce gave Jay-Z a list of non-negotiable things that had to happen before she would even consider or be open to forgiving him. And this is some peak Virgo shit. Not even I will reconcile with you once you do these things. I will consider taking you back after you've done all these things. And one of the things is Jay-Z had to go to therapy for a year on his own. First of all, and then her therapist had Jay-Z write a letter, right? And I think, again, I read this online, so I don't know if it's true or just some bullshit think piece somebody threw together and used them in. Supposedly, she required him to rewrite the letter 7 times, and she rejected the letter 7 times because the letter kept making an excuse for what happened, and what Beyonce wanted from him was a reason why it happened. What in your life was broken, whether it was pre-me or during me, that caused you to feel like, regardless of having the whole ass world, because really you probably did, you felt the need to seek validation or gain outside approval from another person, right?
But I feel that I
Right.
feel that so like on a such because
The
for
Virgo
me
in her
it's the
just lit
same.
up.
Like that's the same. Like it's not, like I don't care that it happened. I want to know why because at the end of the day I want to know if, like was it me?
But it's so easy. Well, I think that not you don't. You say you want to know why, and maybe I'm wrong here. But I think what you really want to know is what in you drives you to do that consistently, right? Or what drives you to do that? Because if I say I want to know why,
Mhm.
I don't want to know why you cheated on me because it's easy for me to go, I fucked up. It was a one time thing. I was drunk. I was whatever.
No, 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 no. I
I
want
want
to
to
know.
know what's broken in you that feels the need to seek out validation from other people. And the alleged story is that the letter that he finally wrote that she accepted said that issues with abandonment and with the way that he was raised and things that happened in his childhood caused him to feel the need to seek validation. And more importantly, created something within him that every time he felt comfortable, he had to self-sabotage in one way or another.
Which is something that I've done.
And so it was that, as cliche as it is, it's hurt people hurt people. In one way, shape, or another, hurt people hurt people. Beyonce was hurt by Jay-Z because Jay-Z didn't grow up with a healthy ecosystem at home that permitted him to feel safe and not need to seek validation because there is this constant fear. Again, not saying it's right or wrong, but the mechanics of it are you're constantly in fear that this thing that you have is going too well and it's going to eventually blow up because all good things do. So I need to have a backup plan to keep me entertained or to keep me happy or to distract me, because it's easier to do that than to do the work to figure out how to stabilize your ecosystem. And that's not it. You can't walk around dysregulated all the time. And I'm no mental health professional, but like speaking as somebody who spent a lot of time walking around dysregulated, it creates so much chaos within your home life. If you can't recognize the things within you that you got to do better about, or you can't acknowledge like this has a root. And I think you and I have had that conversation a lot of times regarding
Mhm.
a ton of things where I've had to be like, hey,
Yeah.
this comes from somewhere. This isn't a you and I problem. Not that I'm perfect, right? We have our problems, but when we both got healed to a degree, we're not fully. I'm still a work in progress. Very much so. I still see my therapist. But once we started doing the work, I will say that if I examine how many of our problems are actually Natalie and Helen problems, they are minimal.
But
And it's
I've
small
always
shit.
I've always I've always said that and I've always stood by it. Natalie and I, like, I mean, we bicker, but at the end of the day, I feel like it's always been, our environment that creates that drama for us, whether it's, her side, my side, just
Or
random stuff.
confusion about things,
Yeah.
like, or that self-sabotage, because it happens. I would bet money that if you really thought about it, you've done things to self-sabotage because you're like, this is too comfortable, this is too good. And we've even called it out on each other. There's been plenty of times where we're in a mood or one of us is just being an ass. And I'll be like, Helen will say to me, like, things are going too good, huh? Or I'll say to Helen, I'll be like, you're bored. You have to say something because there's some piece of you, and we laugh about it. It's not like a tense moment, but there's plenty of times where that breaks up the tension because we'll be like back and forth all day, or she'll just be in a mood, and I'm like, you can't be happy, huh? You can't be still. Things have to be. We could be having a perfectly good day, And I'll be like, oh, you look so cute today. And Helen will be like, how many other bitches have you said that to? And I'm like, why is that necessary?
I'm sure.
No? You've said random shit like that. See? And it's like, why do you need to say that?
Why you make it sound so toxic?
It's not toxic. I've done dumb shit like that too because you need to self-sabotage. But have I not asked you to in that moment? I've been like, why do you feel like you need to say that and ruin the moment? Was that necessary? And she will laugh and she'll be like, I can't help myself. Or it's like it's not, I don't think you laugh because it's funny. I think it's that uncomfortable moment of like, yeah, why am I doing this?
I guess sometimes I just don't realize that I might be doing something or saying something.
It's like a defense mechanism. You just like,
yeah, like I'm just gonna kick your ass and ask, what is it? Kick ass and ask for names later.
Yeah, but like
that's I'm
we'll
just
be
like,
looking at each other and I'm like, what the hell was that? Like that wasn't necessary, but we do it because there is a mechanism within you that says if I fuck it up first or if I call it out first, then it won't hurt as much if it's verified. And that sucks. It's dysregulation. We got a little bit off topic, but it was a good thing to get off topic. But yeah, I think that I as a person cannot say that I would be okay with cheating. I don't know if I could forgive it because for me, I'm not the perfect partner. I'll never claim to be the perfect partner. I think I do a really good job in the parts that matter. But like, I think that I can listen at times. I think that I can be pretty proactive about anticipating what you need from me or how I can be a good partner in the moment. I think I do okay. And I think you do just as great, if not better than me at a lot of things. And so for me, it would just be like, if you came to me or if I find out you had cheated at this stage in our relationship, I would genuinely look at you and be like, it's gotta be some shit wrong with you. Not because I'm perfect, but because we have despite our problems, nothing within our relationship creates the need for you to step outside of us.
And I mean, and that's at least this is something that I've always thought my whole life. Is women don't usually cheat because of, like, how can I say, just to cheat. There's always an emotional.
So I saw a quote somewhere was that women have emotional affairs, men have physical affairs.
Exactly. And that was the thing with me, like before, I have, and I've been able to kind of like just separate sex from, love.
We go in there, okay.
So I think it's, for me, if something like that was to happen, I think, again, I would just blame myself. Because I always think that, what's wrong with me? Like, what did I do? So I think that that's kind of where you and I think differently.
I mean, no, maybe we say it differently, but I'm coming from what I think is the same place. I would be upset because I'd be like, what within our relationship made you feel the need to step out? Like, my first thought would be, there's no reason for you to do that. I haven't given you a reason to cheat.
But you would look at it as, I guess, I mean, if you're saying you didn't give me a reason.
I would say that I would probably lean very heavily into, I did not give you a reason to cheat. If you're unhappy, communicate that. If we can't make it work, leave me. But I would say that to this point, I have never given you a reason to cheat.
And I mean, and that's the thing is, back to what I'm saying, like, it's an emotional thing. Like, I don't feel the need. Like, I can honestly
I didn't pay her to
walk in a
hype me up
room.
either.
I can walk in a room and people could probably be looking at me and I honestly won't even notice it.
But I feel like if I cheated, you'd probably ask me the same thing. Like,
no, I would ask you, like, what did I do? Like, what?
It's the same question. What gave you a reason? How did I give you a reason to cheat?
Yeah.
Or I didn't give you a reason to cheat, so why are you doing it?
Yeah, like, what did I do? Like, was I not paying, attention to you? Was I not making you feel like, you're loved or respected or, cared for? Or I feel like I would be doing something as a woman, something wrong. Like, something is wrong with me. I'm not doing it for you. Like, what is it? And I think that's the thing. And, in my past relationship, I heard that, I was away and she reminded me of you.
Mm. That hurts though.
And it's like, so if that person reminded you of me,
Why don't you pick up the phone and call me?
that, or like, why would you want to cheat?
You could see all the good things in somebody else that you see in me. You would want, because at the end of the day, the other thing is, I think if you really have any shred of love or care for the person that you're with, and also the person that you decide to cheat with, nobody comes out of that situation happy, because you cheated. Now your wife, your life partner, the person that you share a home and a life with is hurt. And you're not in a position, let's just say using the example you gave, you're not even in a position where you could come home and sit and talk about it and work it out.
Yeah.
You're not. Second, the person you cheat with, now your head is in a million places because you got caught doing something you shouldn't have been doing. You're feeling a type of way about it. You know, you're stressed about what's gonna happen when you get home, because at the end of the day, like when you share your life with somebody, it's not as easy as just bringing it, taking all the blocks down and putting them away. They never fit back in the box exactly the way you had them before, and that is shitty. So you carry some guilt, and you're also hurting that person because maybe they're more emotionally invested in you than you initially realized. Nobody wins in those situations, and so I think like that's also what I think about is you could do a lot of damage that way. A gang of damage that way. It's a very delicate thing. It's an ebb and flow. To be in a marriage, it is good days and bad days, but you have to know how to carry those.
Yeah.
In the bad days, you have to remember how good it was just a few days ago. Like some days, there's plenty of days you and I are like on the brink of divorce, but then I'm like, nah, I love this girl. Like we really love each other. We're coming at this problem. We're coming towards each other and against each other in this problem instead of coming together and working against the problem. Once we get the train back on the tracks, things go exactly the way they're
And I
supposed
think
to.
the difference too is sometimes it takes you and I a little bit longer to kind of just be on the same page, because obviously you think one way, I think of another way. I'm more of, I need to process things and think about things. Natalie is on the rapid. Like she wants everything now. She wants answers now. Where I have to think about what I'm going to say, because I already know that I can say really, messed up things and not mean it, and just say it because I'm so mad at that time. And before, not so much anymore, but before it was like, I'm just going to tell you whatever because I want you to stop talking. And it's probably going to hurt you. And I'm going to pretend like I don't care. And once I'm committed to something, I'm just going to keep going, even though I know that I
I've seen this happen
am like
in action.
deep in shit, but I'm already committed.
Do you ever worry? I've always wanted to ask you this. Do you ever worry when you've said something and you know you've gone too far? Do you ever worry that this is the time that it's finally going to be too much? Like, has that ever crossed your mind where you're like, fuck, I really shouldn't have said that? And this might be the time that I don't get forgiven.
Yes. There's been a few times.
And what do you think when that happens? Like, legitimately.
Like, I just feel like shit. Like, I'm like, damn, like royalty messed up. And now it's like, damn, like, what do I do? Like, what do I say?
But then your instinct is double down.
Because again, like, I'm already like,
I'm already in it, now I'm going to commit.
Shit.
If you're going to hate me, hate me. That's really it.
And then, I mean, and then it's like after, it's just like my head gets in me and it's like, nah, Helen, like, you didn't do nothing wrong. Like, let them soak, like it just, I get in my head. But honestly, I think with you it's so different because, and I think I've told you this so many times before, like in the past, I mentally kept tabs of everything. I could tell you times, I could tell you dates, I can tell you down to the hour, down to what, what was happening, what was being worn. That's how much I kept. And it was always like tit for tat, tit for tat. And I promised, like, once I was done with that relationship, like, that was not going to be something that I wanted to continue doing, to the point where there's been so many times that you've come to me and you've asked me for receipts. And I've been like, I don't know, because I really don't keep, a mental notebook
And it's
or record of all of these things because at the end of
yeah.
the day, like I feel like I'm capable of just forgiving you. Like I can't honestly be mad at you more than like I think the longest we've been, mad at each other was like maybe a day and or in a night, right? 'Cause you slept
Mhm.
on the thing that like the whole time that you were sleeping in the other room, like I was tossing and turning. And I was thinking like, okay,
I think we don't last long not talking to each other. I think there's been plenty of times where it's stretched out a couple of days, but we're talking, like, we're actively communicating, it's just not
it's like, did you see the refrigerator running?
you're just looking for a way to we've gotten a lot better, though, and that's the raw reality of life and of marriage and of long-term relationships, not even, like, you don't have to be married, but once you commit to really do life with a person, you have to be willing to consistently study who you are. Because the thing is, I know that I am not the same person I was 15 years ago. And some of that I regret because I think that sometimes I've lost parts of me or I have stopped doing things that I think are what made me like, not made me, this that sounds cocky, but like that I really differentiated or brought to the relationship that you
You're
had never
not
seen or
used to.
experienced before. And then, yeah, and I slip into that. That's something that I have to work
But
on,
I
but I
mean,
think I had so much other shit right here.
yeah.
That's not an excuse. Like, I'm
But I
sorry
mean,
for the things I've done, but
it's just things that happen, honestly. And I think that that's one of the things that I look back and I see, how much like you and I have grown.
oh, girl.
Um, I think yesterday we were driving around, we were just, like reminiscing about, all like the things that we've been through. Like, I mean, the times that we've eaten shit.
Whew.
But it's always been you and I.
Yeah.
Like, we've always made it and I couldn't ask for a better person, you
We'll have
know?
to talk about that on the show one day, like, and I appreciate that, my love. And I would say the same, like, probably the biggest thing that I can shout you out for is you have grown exponentially this year. Mentally, like, I think you're still working on things. I think you probably have, days where you feel however, but the way that I have watched you be able to navigate situations and accept things for what they are and really come to a space of, I've done what I can. This is no longer my mission. That makes a huge difference. And it sucks to say that because a lot of times people are like, what do you mean? But the reality is, like, sometimes it's as easy as I've done what I can. Like, it's no longer my job to take care of this. And once you can let go of the burden of feeling like things are your responsibility, they change completely. That your outlook on life changes completely because you're not carrying weight around.
Yeah.
I was angry about so many stupid things that happened between us early on in our relationship or external factors that, like, I was carrying those things around and I realized, like, why am I doing this? It's like walking upstairs with a boulder on each shoulder and wondering why your balance is all fucked up. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You have when you decide to forgive or when you decide to heal, you have to really make the decision to let things go. And unless you can master the art of letting it go, I've addressed it, I've talked it through. I have taken this car has gone as far as it is going to take me. If I want to keep going, I have to fly, right? Metaphorically, this car has taken me as far as I can go. Now I need to go ahead and I need to get out there and hit the airport and fly to my next destination. Once you unlock that, I think it makes a big difference. And I appreciate growth. I appreciate going through shit. In the moment I don't.
Name is Elsa.
Oh, you like to let it go. I love that for you though. And you've grown brilliantly. Like, you really are in a completely different mind state. And I think your health is feeling the effects of it in a good way. Like, obviously, again, you still need a kidney, but
Yeah.
you've been stable.
Thank God.
Thank God for real. Thank God for real. Um, wow. That was a big chunk of the show. I promised I wanted to keep the episode short, and I don't want us to be up till 2 a.m, although I could talk to you forever. But very interesting topic. I love hearing your take. I want to do a deeper dive into this in some coming weeks. Like, I really want to sit down and yap it out about relationships. But again, in the interest of keeping this week's episode short,
thank you for all of your support. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for those who watch us, those who give us, good feedback or interact with us. Those that don't, we still love you.
You'll find your niche. One day I'll say something on the show, or Helen or somebody else will say something. You'll be like, all right, I could get with it.
And if there's something you want to talk about, let us know.
Hit the group chat.
We're always asking, we're always saying, let us know what you guys want to hear. I don't know what people like to hear unless, somebody says something.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Want us to shut the fuck up? That probably won't happen, but still,
yeah, probably not.
We love it.
Probably not.
We can talk. We
can. We like to yap. And I sat down intending to talk about nothing, and I think we had a great conversation. So, again, thank you, as always, for joining me on the couch this week, babe.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, y'all. He is risen. For those who celebrate. Thanks for the support, y'all. Like, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, this is a very small idea that has big legs and is trying to grow strong and do things. And there's a lot of moving parts. I'm not perfect at this shit. I'm learning something new every single week. But to Helen's point, hit the link in the bio. Our email's in there. Our playlists are in there. Our individual socials are in there.
What's the song for the week?
Oh, okay. You want to go first? I'll let you go first.
So mine is Las Pastillas.
Yeah.
By
Reggie el Auténtico.
Yeah.
He's Venezuela is.
Yeah.
Venezuela.
And there's also a new, well, actually, she's not new.
Oh, I know
we
you're gonna shout out.
recently heard some of her music. She's a Guatemalan artist. Her name is Mari.
Phenomenal.
Beautiful, beautiful voice. She has a really good song. It's
TQM.
And so shout out to Mari.
Yeah, girl.
Hopefully one day, you get to see us. I think that there's really nice things coming from Guatemala. So although, we're not known for that,
I the
think
music's
that
fire.
the new generation is, slowly coming up, and shout out to all of those Guatemalan artists who are doing their best to represent our country, our beautiful country.
Hey.
So shout out to Guatemala.
Guatemala's tea.
I love Guatemala. Not because I'm from there, but I think between Guatemala and Puerto Rico.
I'm also gonna shout out a Reggie el Auténtico song. It's called Sombrerito. It's a real good summer vibe. And I love that. Another artist coming out of Venezuela. So it's gonna be Reggie el Auténtico Sombrerito. It's with Mark MS, maybe, I think. And then my second song, didn't realize till I was doing research on the artist, because I just heard the music, is Fabro, Fabro. And the song that I'm gonna specifically point out is Ley de Atracción 2, Ley de Atracción 2, Roman numerals 2, so it's really like 2 L's or 2 I's, depending on how you want to do it. Ley de Atracción 2, and that's Fabro featuring Dalex.
Where's Fabro from?
Fabro is Venezuelan.
Oh, he's Venezuelan? Okay.
So this is, I want you to imagine, and Helen and I were talking about this the other day. I want you to imagine old school R&B. Remember a few episodes when I said people don't slide down walls no more? Fabro is sliding down somebody's wall. This man is singing into a rain-filled window.
Something from...
The song is, he makes great R&B music. It's phenomenal, but it's in Spanish. And I feel like Jay Wheeler does a great job in that space. I'm sure there are other artists. Shout out Jay Wheeler, Still Dream podcast guest.
His wife and his daughter are so cute.
They make phenomenal content and music. They're funny. Jay Wheeler, si quieres venir al show, let's link.
Si quieres venir a Rhode Island.
Oh, lo hacemos virtual, whatever. Tú estás en Orlando, I think. I'm from I'm from Florida. I could go to Orlando to record. All I'm saying is Jay Wheeler Dream Podcast guest. I'm dreaming big. Pero Jay Wheeler and his family, his wife is also very talented. Very
Also
talented.
Venezuelan.
Also Venezuelan. Very talented. Yeah. But Spanish R&B is not like a huge movement at the moment, or maybe it is, and I don't know. Send me artists, like send me other artists that you think are popping up in that space. I would say that right now the main ones who are making like that sort of flavor of music would be like I heard Fabro. Fabro is like listening to B2K in the year 2026.
It's so good.
In Spanish. It's good though. Le da Atracción 2 is a phenomenal song, but there's a couple that he's released from that same project that are great. Jay Wheeler, and then you have Omar Courtz who's doing it sort of like that, but it's not because it's still very reggaeton.
It is, but it has like a nice like mix
vibe
between the two.
Omar Kurtz's last project, phenomenal. Jay Wheeler, phenomenal. Jay Wheeler doesn't miss. But Fabro is 1000% R&B just sung in Spanish. That's the difference. I think Jay Wheeler and Omar Courtz have a little more of a reggaeton vibe. And then there's Daleks. Daleks makes great music. Daleks is, I think he's Puerto Rican.
Really?
Let's see. You have an iPad in front of you, girl.
Oh, yeah.
Because if I don't want to disrupt the recording, but I think Daleks is Puerto Rican. Daleks has been around for a while too. So his first project was called like Netflix, if I'm not mistaken. And then he's come up. Now he's on the same label as Sech, so he might be from somewhere else. But I want to say he's Puerto Rican. Cuban. Dalex. Daleks. Omar Courtz, Jay Wheeler, Fabro, Fabro. Listen to them. Great music. While she's looking this up, I'm gonna take a minute again to just shout out our socials. Please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. We certainly appreciate it. Keep engaging with us in the comments and keep an eye out because we post clips from the show almost every single day. One for us. Yeah, I do have a Puerto Rican artist after all this week.
He was born in Philadelphia. He was raised in Juana Diaz, Puerto Rico.
Hey, Juana Diaz is very close to Santa Isabel, where my family's from, so very, very nice area. I've been to Juana Diaz a couple times. Like, share, and subscribe. We post clips from the show every day. You can find us at Friends Like Mine Podcast on YouTube. You can find us at Friends Like Mine Pod on TikTok.
I didn't know he looked like that.
Shout out to our girl. Shout out to our TikTok followers. Y'all keep us going. Keep hitting us with those likes and spreading the word. The more you interact, as Bella would say, the more you interact with this video, the more likes we get, the more people will see it. It will get pushed out. That's how TikTok's algorithm works. So keep hitting that like button, interact with the video, hit us with a comment, save it to your favorites, follow us. We would certainly appreciate it. We post clips every day. We're going to start posting some other content too. And as always, you can find us at Friends Like Mine Pod on Instagram. We have a good time on Instagram. Y'all, I'm going to ask for a favor. Our Instagram is probably where our social media is lacking the most. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean we need to boost our engagement because we want more people to watch the show and enjoy the show. We love doing this. We want to keep bringing y'all good projects and good conversations. Please, please, please interact with Instagram. If you see something and you think it's funny, I know everybody's busy. You're mid-scroll. Maybe you forget. Just make sure that you're mashing that like button. If you have time, if you see like it's a poll, interact with the poll. If something resonates with what we say or you disagree completely, drop a comment on the video. All of those things help push the word out about our show, and we want as many friends in the group chat as possible. You could also go to our link tree. You can go to our link tree. It's in our bio. We've got a way for you to email us there. Like I said, you can hit the playlist if you want to listen to music. I update it every week with our songs of the week.
Mm-hmm.
If you have recommendations, we will absolutely take those into account. All of those things, please, please, please interact, especially on Instagram, y'all. It really, really does help us. Instagram is probably the most difficult social media platform to conquer. And I believe in our mission. I believe in what we're doing. I believe in getting the word out. I would also say if you are interested in learning more about therapy, you have the opportunity to do so. There is a link in our bio right now. You can join Talkspace with or without insurance, and it will give you $80 off your first month of therapy. I will say, before we had this affiliate link, because it's not a sponsorship, we're not sponsored by them yet. It is an affiliate link. Before this, I am a user of Talkspace therapy. I endorse Talkspace therapy. Not only is it highly convenient, there have been situations very recently, like as recently as last week, where I have been doing something or going through something, and I just want to do a quick check-in with my therapist to make sure that, like, sometimes you need that gut check or how, I'm not sure how to navigate this. You could talk to a licensed therapist. You can get the help you need. It has been phenomenal. I will not stop saying it enough. People in our community, the Black, Brown community, Latinos, people of color, our people across the world, we do not involve ourselves in therapy enough. We do not subscribe to therapy enough. And we are walking around with generational wounds and trauma like they're badges of honor. And in a way, right, like what we go through is what we grow through, but there's no reason to have to go at it alone. As somebody who's a big advocate for taking care of your mental health, please, if you would like to learn more about therapy or get a discount to give it a shot, you can hit the link tree in our bio, and towards the bottom, you'll see $80 off your first month of Talkspace. Again, if you go through our link, we get a little something, enough to buy ourselves a cup of coffee and keep this beautiful studio running and feed wonderful snacks to our guests, as Christy said last week. So again, hit the link in the bio for Talkspace if you'd like to give it a shot. It is completely anonymous. We won't see that you did it. And we do get a little something if you join. We are not sponsored by them yet, but it is an affiliate link. You can find me at @nguzzy, Nguzzy on Instagram. You can find me on TikTok at Hey It's Guzzy. If you want to keep up with us as a family and the shenanigans that we get into, we are at Guzzy, GUZZY.fam, FAM on TikTok. Again, that's Friends Like Mine podcast. If you're interested in being a donor for Helen or interested in learning more, hit my personal Instagram at Hey It's Guzzy. You can find her name and date of birth there, and you can go to mghlivingdonors.org to sign up. It is completely anonymous and confidential, and no pressure, y'all. We thank you, even if you can't. If you could share the post, if you could talk about Helen's story, if you can send us a prayer, drop a comment, all of those things are just as equally appreciated. Helen, where can the people find you?
Right here. They can find me on Instagram at What the Helen. That's WTHELEN. Or on Facebook. Same thing.
You're also on TikTok.
I am on TikTok.
And TikTok, it's spelled out. It's what? WHAT. The Helen.
Mm-hmm.
THE is WHATTHEHELEN 82. It is fully spelled out on TikTok. What the Helen 82. You'll also see all that information in the show description if you scroll to the bottom, and everything is linked. Again, we want to thank y'all for hanging out with us. It's always a good time week to week to week. We hope to keep bringing you good content. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Repost our content. We appreciate all of that. We've seen the love. Y'all have been phenomenal, and we'll see you next week on another episode of Friends Like Mine. Bye.
Bye.